Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm doing a play and review of the final edition of 7th Inning Stretch. And disclaimer that I got a review copy of this one. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our podcast for reviews and design discussions, or join the conversation and say hi on our Discord. So for most of these Gabe Barrett solo series games, I've just done a review when the final thing delivers, since I've already done a play of the system, and they don't usually change that much. But 7th Inning Stretch is somewhat notorious because it is the only game that I've ever recorded on the channel where I inadvertently might have said a cuss word during play as I rolled terribly on the dice. So I thought it'd be fun to bring it back and try again, especially now that they have ways to make the game easier, because this game is notoriously difficult and I need the easy mode. But yeah, this is basically playing out a full finals, or I guess the playoff, the hunt for the playoff, and then playing out the playoffs. And last time I lost horribly and don't think I made it to the playoffs at all. We're going to see, though, with one of the new easy variants, having a hitting coach, if we can make that happen. So how the game begins is you start with one of the basic pitchers, and you get 9 more cards from the basic set. You can tell they're basic starter cards because they have a single base icon here. But then we're going to go into spring training, and 3 times we're going to draw the top 2 level 2 cards. One's going to be our roster, one's going to be our opponent for the first half of the end of the season, going to the playoffs. All right, so first we can go against Minnesota or Seattle. Let's see. So this is how they score, so we want to kind of see how tough or easy it looks. So Minnesota, they roll 1 die and they score runs equal to the distance of that die's value from 4. So the worst possible would be a 1 would score them 3 runs, but on average they're going to score 1 to 2 run with most results, and a 4 would get them nothing. Seattle scores runs equal to the difference between the 2 lowest dice with 3. Okay, so both of those could be all right. Now let's see who the actual players are. These are both hitters. Sometimes you get pitchers as well. So to talk you through what a hitting card has, again, that's their level. So we got Ricardo Hernandez and Freddie Mitchell. So the die icon here is how many dice they give you to your dice pool, which is a shared resource you're spending from to try to get hits. Ricardo also gives us a reroll, so way better resources from Ricardo than Freddie. But what do? You can roll as many dice as you want, and you kind of use them up, so that's why Ricardo adding 2 dice is nice. If he rolls 2 dice that are the same, he gets a double. If he rolls 3 dice that are the same, he gets the triple. Whereas Freddie Mitchell needs to roll a sum of dice 7 or higher for a single, or 11 or higher for a double. So it is definitely a billion times easier for Freddie. Just like 2 dice is on average going to get a 7 or higher, and then 3 dice will on average get an 11 or close to it, right? I think it's like a 10.5 average for 3 dice. But Ricardo gets much better stuff. But hey, I need some heavy hitters. I've already got people to get me stuff here. So I'm going to take Freddie Mitchell, and that means I'm going against Minnesota. So that's the first team I'll play. We'll leave that to the side. Freddie's joining the lineup here. And we do that twice more. What we got now? Kansas City and Milwaukee. Kansas City's rolling 4, score 1 run per unique pair of dice with matching values. So like 2 2s, 2 3s. If it was 3 2s, they would only have 1 unique pair of dice because they can't use the same 2 again. Or Milwaukee, score runs equal to the length of the longest run minus 1. So if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, minus 1 would be 5 runs. But, more likely they'll have little groups. Okay, and let's see. Oh, we got 2 pitchers. So this is the number of times you can use their ability, and you use these while you're going against your opponents, like Minnesota, to modify their results. So he adds or removes 1 die from the opponent's pool before rolling up to 4 times, and Billy Barrett and DeAndre Johnson rerolls any subset of dice. So you can pick any number of the dice to reroll. I mean, DeAndre just sounds better. So sure, we'll go against KC and keep DeAndre Johnson as my second pitcher. And one more time, then we're ready to play. We got Florida and Anaheim. Anaheim, roll 8, score 1 run for each value that is not visible on any die. That seems like, we're probably not going to get more than 1 or 2 runs. So I'm definitely leaning that way. Florida, roll 3, score 0 runs if the sum is less than 9. Otherwise, score 2 runs. I was just saying 10.5 is the average for 3. So you're going to get 2 more often than they get 0, but over the course of 3 innings, they might get a little bit of both. Okay, so I'm leaning Anaheim unless, I don't know if I want another pitcher. Dennis Evans, set 1 die to any value. It's a friggin' good power, but he can only use it once. And these pitcher tokens reset after 3 games, then after 6 games, and then you just have them for the entire playoff. So 1 is kind of weak. Robbie Ingram's giving me a plus or minus, which is the best token. Lets you literally change a die value and 1 die. And if he gets 2 even dice, he gets a double. 3 even dice, a single. 3 even dice, a double. It's pretty dang good. Yeah, okay, I'll go against Florida. All right, so I've got my opponents. I've got my players. I'm going to go and take my pitchers, and I'll start out with, I guess, Donovan Goodman in first. He can any number of times reroll a single die, whereas DeAndre can reroll a subset. Well, actually, let's look. Which one was Minnesota? Oh, they only roll 1 die. So yeah, we'll definitely have Donovan pitch out against Minnesota. DeAndre would be kind of wasted. So I'll put them over here. We are in the 7th inning, the bottom of the 7th. And for game 1 and 3 and 5, we're going to be the home team, which means we'll get the 3-inning chances to score because we're starting out 0-0. In game 2, 4, and 6, the even games will be the away team, which means the AI, my opponent, will have 3 chances to score and I'll only get 2 innings to try to win. But with our 11 hitters, we got to select 9 for our lineup and also put them in order. And this is kind of like the whole strategy of the game, because you want to create like runs of players that'll give you the resources you need to get people on base and score. So let's look through. We already know about Freddie Mitchell and Robbie Ingram. We certainly want to include them because they're our best guys. But Joey Hughes gives you 2 dice, and if you get 3 dice that don't equal each other, he gets a single. Okay. Sammy Abbott gets you 1 die. And you subtract the value of the highest die from the lowest die. And if that's a 3, he gets a ball, or he walks. If it's a 4, he gets a single. If it's a 5, he gets a double. By the way, if you don't know any baseball lingo, I'll try to explain things as I go, but, it kind of helps to know it. Curtis Garcia gets dice equal to the current base runners. So the better I'm doing, the more dice he gives me. And then he gets to walk automatically if first base is empty. Otherwise, he just gets out automatically. It's actually pretty dang nice because it's hard to get people on base in the first place sometimes. Marcus Baker gets me 2 dice. A 6 would get me a single, or 4 or 5 would get me a sacrifice, which means that he gets out, but he'll advance people who are already on base. Jimmy Martinez gets me 2 dice and a reroll. If he can get a run of 3 in a row, he gets a single. Tommy Baxter gets me 3 dice, but he either just gets out or he can sacrifice by removing 3 dice to get out and advance our runners. Andre Parker, if he can get a 6, he gets a double. 2 6s, he gets a home run. Good luck. Xavier Kelly doesn't give me anything, but I can remove all dice and tokens from the pool, even nothing, and get a single. That's actually kind of nice. And then Timmy Sanchez has 2 dice. On 2 of the same value, he gets a single, and a double with 3 of the same. Okay, so I like Curtis Garcia and Xavier Kelly. They can get on base. Robbie Ingram, Freddie Mitchell, they're good. Who else am I feeling? Maybe Jimmy Martinez. And I don't really like people who automatically get me an out. Maybe Joey Hughes, Andre Barca, Marcus getting me 2. And then Sammy can get in there. And then let's do Timmy. So we'll have Andre and Tommy there on the bench. I can bring them in as a pinch hitter if I want. And then I got to order these 9 guys in my hitting lineup. And this I'm honestly not that good at. So Xavier is good at just getting things started if I don't have anything. So I don't want to have somebody who's like really giving me a lot of stuff in front of him. In fact, here, let's put like Freddie Mitchell in front of him. And then Robbie Ingram. No, I don't want Robbie Ingram to be next. Maybe like Joey Hughes could lead into Robbie Ingram, get him the dice he needs to score. And then maybe Jimmy Martinez could lead into Marcus Baker. We can have Curtis Garcia as kind of a restarter if people have scored or nobody's on first base. And then let's have Timmy Sanchez into Sammy Abbott. I don't know. All right. So with that setup, we're going into the bottom of the 7th, which is me because I'm the home team. And we're going to roll a d10 to determine where in my lineup I start. And this is 1 through 9. If I had rolled a 0, a 10, then I could pick. So we're starting with Sammy Abbott. All right. So Sammy Abbott is up. So he gets me 1 die. Here, I'll keep my supply here. But I said we were playing with something easier. So there's a slightly easier mode where you get 6 dice that you can use when needed, but you only get 6 for the entire season. There's rookie mode where at the beginning of each inning you get a die and a reroll token and a plus or minus 1 token. That's the one I played on most recently, and I still couldn't make it to the playoffs. So I want to finally win. So I'm going to use the new difficulty modifier they added, which is the hitting coach. What it means is I get this blue die, forever. Even if I use it, it just comes right back. So I have an extra die like whenever I want it. Now I can't build up with it. I have to use it or I get nothing. So with that, should I go for the hit with Sammy? And by the way, I should say you can combine the hitting coach like with the easy mode where I would also get an extra die and a reroll and a plus or minus. Let's see if this is enough. So, if I had a 1 and 4, 2 and 5, a 3 and 6, I could at least get a walk. But you can also choose to just let your people go out and not use resources, which would then give me 3 dice going into Freddie Mitchell, which would pretty much guarantee the single and give him a chance at the double. But he's got a pretty good shot with just the automatic blue die and his own die, and then Xavier would be great because I won't have anybody. So let's go for it. Okay, so Sammy Abbott's gonna actually try. Ooh, that was good. Okay, so 5 minus 1 is 4. He gets a single, and Sammy Abbott knocks it right by first base. He is on there. All right, now we're going to Freddie Mitchell, and yeah, he's giving me 1 die. I'm gonna go for it. Come on, 7 plus. Or hey, just give me a 6 and a 5, and I'll get 11. Gosh darn, Freddie Mitchell. Okay, so he went out. It's 1 of 2 outs, but Xavier removes all dice and tokens from a pool. Whoops. And then I get it right back to get another single, which means every other base runner advances 1. All right, now we're going to Joey Hughes. Okay, so I could roll 3 dice, and if all of them have different values, I would get a single. That seems like low odds. We're going to let Joey be my second out. And we're going to see if Robbie can bring it home, baby. So he gets me another die. And really importantly, he gets me a plus or minus 1. And he needs to have 2 even values for a 1 or 3 evens for a double. And then Jimmy Martinez is going to be coming in with 2 and a reroll. So what if I roll 3 here and hopefully don't have to use it? I'll keep 1 die. All right, come on, Robbie. That's terrible. Gosh darn it, Robbie. I'm not going to score, am I? Nope. Even with the +1, -1, I could raise one of these to an even, but it wouldn't be enough for a single. So I get my third out. No points for the home team. And that means Jimmy will be leading things off in a second, but a whole lot of nothing at the bottom of the 7th. Dang it. Maybe this is going to be just like my luck was last time. Okay, Minnesota is up in the top of the 8th. So I roll a die and I will score the distance from 4. By the way, it says choose 1 die because like that one pitcher, I could have, given myself another die. I'm going to re-roll that. I'm going to re-roll that once per inning. You still put tokens on them. It doesn't really matter because the only thing that could be worse than that is a 1. Boom! Haha! All right, so at least Donovan held them to 0. So I got 2 more chances to score. They only got 1 more. All right, Jimmy. Starting off with a lot of stuff. I like that. All right, so Curtis can get a free ball if first base is empty. Like if Marcus Baker did a sacrifice hit. So if I can get Jimmy on base, although, God, that's really low odds, isn't it? But yeah, if I can get Jimmy on base and then Marcus do a sacrifice, he'd be on second. I would get Curtis on first with only 1 out and have a nice number of dice to go into Timmy and Sammy, and maybe Freddie could drive it home. But what are my chances of getting a run of 3 with exactly 3 dice and only a reroll but not a plus or minus 1? They aren't great. Man. Yeah, in some ways, the rookie mode where you get like a free plus and minus 1 and a free die is better than that. I could combine them if I really want to win. Oh, let's go for Jimmy. Okay. Shoot. So, yeah, I could re-roll the 3, but I would have, a 1 out of 6 chance? Yeah, this was dumb to go for. Okay, Jimmy just gets an out. Sorry, Jimmy. Now we're coming to Marcus. He's got me here. I've still got the re-rolls. Should I go for the 6? I mean, if not, Curtis is just going to get me onto first. Yeah, I'm not going for the 6. I'm just taking my second out. Okay, so things aren't great, but Curtis gets on base. He doesn't get me any dice, but he walks to first. All right, now I got lots of stuff for Timmy to play with. I need 2 dice that are the same value. Crud. Okay, let's go for 3 with the reroll and see what happens. Hey, there we go. All right, so we are getting a single. Boom. Going into Sammy Abbott, who gets me another die. All right, so he needs... That's right, he's the one who needs high-low difference. And then Freddie can bring the heat, get me a double. So I just need to get this one in. So that would leave Freddie with 3 dice. No, 4. Okay, I can take 1 more. All right, so let's do this, and I just want the highest and lowest to be pretty far. That works. The 1 and a 5 gets me a single. All right, bases are loaded. I'm going to Freddie, who gets me another die. Should I go for the double and 2 runs? Oh, and actually, I get another single from Xavier, so let's go for it. Let's do all 3 and try for that 11. We're not going to miss, yes. Oh, no. Okay, I'm re-rolling. I'm mean, just the one, right? Just don't be a 1 this time. There we go. So that's 7, 12. All right, so I get a double, so it pushes everybody 2 bases. They both score. We got somebody on second and third. And yay, we got 2 runs. And then beautiful, Xavier just gets us another one. He removes all of our stuff for 1 single, which means he scores. He's there. We got 3 runs. And then I'm not holding out breath for Joey Hughes, but let's go for it. See if you can get 3 different values. He did. So he gets a single. All right, now the hitting coach is doing great. This part of my lineup that came up empty last time is rocking it. Robbie Ingram, we got to go for it. We got 2 outs. What's he want? 2 evens? Ooh, we can do that. Is it going to matter? Oh, yeah, we still have a chance with Jimmy Martinez. Okay, so we'll change one of these into an even to get us a single. And these bases are loaded again. Come on, Jimmy. Need to get 3 in a row with a reroll. Okay, I got 1, 2, 4. Gosh darn it. Like, at least if it was an interior straight, like 3, 4, the reroll would have a 1/3 chance of working. I guess I'll reroll this and hope for a 3. It's not going to happen. Nope. All right, so that's it. But 4 runs. Woo! And yeah, we probably won't have to play the 9th because if Minnesota... Oh, they can't possibly score enough, can they? Let's see how they do. They score nothing. I don't even need to be that good. All right, so that is it. Woo! We get our first win. It's worth 1 star. Need to have at least 3 stars to make it to the playoffs. But then the more you have, the more you can spend stuff to improve your chances. All right, so that's it from Minnesota. Kansas City's coming in. Score 1 run per unique pair of dice with matching values. So do I want to bring in DeAndre for some innings for this? Or do I want to save him for Florida, where I really want to reroll their high dice for low? Although Donovan, yeah, let's bring in DeAndre here. I mean, we can sub in Donovan without DeAndre having gotten all 3 of his exhaustion tokens, and then use him again a little bit in Florida, because he'll get all his tokens back after these 3 games. Yeah, we can bring Donovan in if needed, but for now it's going to be DeAndre. And what the hey, I think it worked out pretty well once we got going. We're going to start out on Timmy Sanchez, but they're the home team. So we're going right into the bottom of the 7th. KC is rolling 5 dice, and we don't want unique pairs. All right, here we go. Well, that didn't go great, did it? So that's 2 runs. Let's have DeAndre reroll the 3 and the 4, I guess. And, okay, 1 run. We're fine with that. It's kind of hard for them to do any worse than that. All right, so we're going into the top of the 8th with Timmy Sanchez. Equal dose. Do I just want to not use it? Yeah, without a reroll or a plus or minus. We'll just take an out. Okay, but Sammy Abbott, I mean, he did pretty well last time. And we're going around to Xavier, so sure, he's going to go for it. Yeah, he gets a double, 1 minus or 5 minus 1. Fabulous result. Okay, coming around to Freddie. Oh, yeah, we're going to use everything, so here we go. Because Xavier don't care. Yes, 11 exactly. Oh, man, he batted in the double for a run already. And then Xavier's getting me the single automatically. And we only got 1 out. So Joey Hughes... let's save it for Robbie Ingram, right? Okay, so we'll take our second out. And now we got some stuff. So 3 evens. We really just need the 2 evens because Jimmy will probably need some help. So let's go for 3 dice and keep 1 back. Come on, please. Oh, my God. Are you serious? Okay, well, that's it. I got 1 run. Robbie Ingram, how do you have this kind of luck, buddy? Well, I tied it up, but they have 2 more innings to my 1, so tying it up is not really good enough. Okay, let's see how Kansas City does this time. They only got 1. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do it. Although now I wish that I had my other pitcher, Donovan. Yes, let's go! Held them to 0 runs. Okay, so if we can just score big here, then they'll have to make up the slack, and I think we should be okay. All right, so Jimmy Martinez is in. Not going to go for the run. We saw how that went, so that's our first out. Marcus gets us up to the same question I had before. I think I let Marcus get my second out and then Curtis get on base automatically and just go ham, right? That worked out well for me last time. So yeah, second out. Okay, Curtis gets me nothing, but he's on base. Timmy. Oh, okay. How many should I be rolling? Let's go for 4. I mean, come on. They were rolling a lot of pairs. Hey, there we go. All right, so we get a single. We got people on first and second. We still got a lot of dice. Sammy, let's go for 3 or should I go for more? Yeah, because Freddie doesn't need that much. So let's actually go for 4 to make sure Sammy works out. Crud. That's not enough, is it? Oh, we would walk, which is okay. Because a walk doesn't advance base runners unless they are forced to advance, which in this case they are. But if there had been people on second and third and he had just been able to go to first, then he wouldn't have gone anywhere else. All right, come on, Freddie. Here we go. Get us a double. That's enough. We got it. Oh, yeah. So, these people on second. Wait, so they both score. He goes to third. Freddie goes to second. So that's 2 runs. And then Xavier forces me to lose my tokens and stuff. We only have that left, but it gets me a single. So we got 3 runs. And then Joey Hughes, let's see if he has luck. He does. He gets a single, which knocks in another run for us. Hey, let's see how things go. So Robbie has got this. Robbie's been a stinker for us for some reason. Oh, finally, he gets a single without even using his token, which means Jimmy has a chance. Jimmy has a chance. He can get a single and score. That's not a good way to do it. Gosh, what do I want to do here? I guess re-roll, like just the 1? If it's a 3, 4, 5, I can change it. It's not. Oh, wait. Oh, no, we can. I will switch this down to a 4, which gets another single. So the bases stay loaded. We're at 5. And hey, Marcus Baker's never actually had the chance to go for a 6. And he got it! Gives us a 6 runs. But then Curtis Garcia, although he gives us 3 dice, he can't walk to first base because it's not empty. So he gets an out, and that's it. But I'm not saying that's it like it's bad. I mean, can they even possibly beat me now? They got 1 run. Nope. So, oh, sorry, it shouldn't be a 0. It should be a 1 because it's showing the runs adding up. So 7-2 win. Okay, maybe the hitting coach is actually a good thing. All right, now we're going into our final game before the trade deadline when we'll get some even better players against Florida. I guess we'll start with DeAndre in, and we'll sub in Donovan once he uses his power once. But now we are the home team again, so we're going to start out. And I mean, honestly, everything's going great. So I'm going to keep my lineup, and we're starting with Timmy again. Okay, Timmy's going to take an out. Sammy's not going to take an out. He's going to go for it. Wait, why am I using the white dice? There we go. He's going to go for it. 2 minus 6 is 4. He gets a single. Okay, and then Freddie is doing all of them because Xavier, we know this whole drill now. Enough to get a double, and then Xavier's getting a single going into Joey. So wait, double, and then single. So we got a run. And I'm not going to go for Joey. We'll take the second out. Although Joey's been way more consistent than Robbie, so I should probably trust him. All right, Rabba. What can you do? Let's get 3 dice with +1. This has... God, man, again. I was about to say, this has not worked out well for me before. All right, we got 1 run. This feels very similar to the other game. But now we're the home team. I'm really not worried about it. All right, so Florida's rolling 3 dice, and we want them to get less than that, which means an 8 or less. That's easy, apparently. They get nothing. Didn't even have to bring DeAndre's heater to the play. All right, Jimmy, we know you can't really do much without more help, so get out of here. Marcus. Oh, right. Okay, I guess I'll take 2 outs. But Curtis gets on base, and we got so many dice. Let's do 4 to try to get a single here. Oh, man. 2 pair does not get me a double. 3 of a kind would have gotten me a double. Okay, so that gets me to first and second. Sammy is up. Let's do 3 for him. Let's do 4, right? Because Freddie should be fine. And 2 and 6 is a single. We'll take it. So bases are loaded as we go to Freddie. And he's rolling them all because Xavier is coming. Let's use the reroll on all of those. What was that? Oh, God. What the heck? I didn't even get a... Did I really not score this inning? Oh, my gosh. That was legitimately embarrassing, y'all. I am sorry. I don't know what's up with Freddie or Robbie. Like, they were my heavy hitters, and they just cannot seal the deal. Okay, but we're still ahead by 1, so if they don't score here, then we already win. And DeAndre's still got a little bit of fire in his hand. That doesn't seem good. Okay, so let's re-roll the 5 and the 6, right? Should we roll the... Nah, we'll go with it. It's 7-9. Whoops, they get 2 runs. But I just need 2 runs. Okay, we don't want to go to extra innings. I just need 2 runs here. Ooh, and we start off with a free single from Xavier. That's great. Okay, and then we'll let Joey take the out, even though he's never messed up and Robbie has every time. But we'll let Robbie try with 3. Let's see what happens. Hey, there we go. That's a single. So we got somebody on first and second with only 1 out. Wait, I did 3 dice, so that's still there. Plus this, plus the 2 from Jimmy, and a reroll, and a plus or minus 1. So let's roll 3. Keep 1. Sure, let's roll 3. That does not seem like it's going to lead to a run. If I do the 1, then a 3 would let me change the 6. A 4, 5, 6 would let me change it into a 5. So it's a 2/3 chance, I think, if I'm figuring that out. Okay, fine. It's my second out, though. I'm still okay. Okay, Jimmy. Wait, that was Jimmy. Yeah, so we're going on to Marcus. I need a 6. Oh, and he's going to get an out. Crud. Oh, man, there's literally no way for me to score here. Shoot, so I lose. Stupid daddy. Oh, no. If first base is empty, there's no way for first base to be empty if he can do a single or a sacrifice. Gosh, darn it. Jimmy. Sorry, I should have treated you better, buddy. Well, whatever. Let's see if Marcus can, knock it in. Yep, you got a 6. Good job, buddy. But yeah, man, bases loaded. Can't get more than one run. We actually lost a game with the hitting coach. That's semi-embarrassing. Oh, sorry, not a win. But it's okay. The second half of the season, the games are worth more. All right, so DeAndre heals completely. He's ready to go. And now we do the trade deadline. We're doing the same things we did before, except with level 3 players and teams. We're going to take 2, pick 1. Okay, Baltimore. Roll 3. Score 0 runs if a sum is less than 9. Otherwise, score 4 runs. We saw how, that one with Florida. Or Oakland. Roll 8. Score runs equal to the length of the longest run minus 1. I feel better about that one. So I'd rather... Let's see. Ooh, Randy Thompson gives me 3 dice and a plus or minus. And then he can sacrifice for a single die, which could be my blue. Oh, man, he's so good. Yeah, sorry, Tyrone. We're going to go against Oakland for our first game. And then we got Chicago and Montreal. Chicago, roll 7, score per 5 and 6 shown. And then Montreal, roll 1, score runs equal to the minimum value minus 1. So if they roll a 1, it's 0. If they roll a 6, it's 5. It's 2 new pitchers. Danny O'Neill. Adjust 1 die up or down by 1. That's pretty nice. Or Leroy Smith. Reroll. Well, I already have a reroll. So let's get Danny O'Neill and just try our luck with Montreal. I mean, Danny can literally lower them to take fewer runs, or I guess I can just re-roll it with Donovan. Okay, and last we got Houston and Cincinnati. Okay, Cincinnati score 6, score 1 run for each value that is not visible on any die. Okay, that was like the other one, right? Now, it's only 6 dice this time, but that's not too terrible. Like, they shouldn't be able to go crazy with that. Houston, roll 2. Choose 2 dice. Score runs equal to the distance of the sum of those dice's value from 9. So, like, if 7 is the most likely, could be a lot. So I'm leaning toward going against Cincinnati. They both give me 1 die. So if I roll 4 pluses, I can keep going up. Or, I mean, he's a little... Oh, and he can give me a home run? Ooh, Cedric. Yeah, so we'll definitely go against Cincinnati. All right, I want Cedric. I want Randy. I guess I still want Freddie. And I guess I still want Robbie. Xavier is still awesome. That's 5. Joey, Jimmy, Marcus. Curtis is pretty dang good still. That's 6. I mean, Sammy worked out well. That's 7. Jimmy does give me a reroll. That's 8. And then between, I mean, all these guys. Well, no, I never used. Okay, get out of here, Timmy. I never used him. They both did pretty well. Marcus is a little bit easier to actually drive in. Yeah, so we'll get Marcus and send Joey back. Now, we could bring any of these guys in as pinch hitters, which I totally forgot about in all my first 3 games, but so, well. All right, so I want Cedric to be my, cleanup with his home run possibility, which means, the ideal would be Curtis there to get a single, Xavier in here to get on base as well. Maybe not Xavier. Maybe Freddie Mitchell. He can bat in for a single really easily. How about Robbie Ingram? I mean, he was terrible for me, but yeah. Okay, so that'll be the back half. And then let's assume that I've gotten a home run. We'll have Marcus in there. Yeah, and then Jimmy to build up stuff. Well, actually, let's put Randy or Xavier here first. And then maybe Randy and Sammy. I don't know. There we go. And we're going to start on 8. Why do you keep on rolling 8s? So we're starting with Freddie. But they are the home team, so they're actually up first. It's Oakland. So score runs equal to the length of the longest run minus 1. So Danny O'Neill's kind of great here, right? Because he can take the middle value in one of their runs and just change it. All right, let's see how they do. So longest run. All right, we definitely can't do anything with that. But if I take the 5 and turn it into a 6, then I think they only get 1 run, right? Because 2 dice minus 1. Yeah, so I'll do that. I could do it again to get them literally 0 runs. But, I mean, 1's okay. I got a really nice heavy-hitting team now. Or at least I think I do. Okay, Freddie Mitchell. I guess I'm just going to go for it and see if he can get a 7. Ooh, let's go, Freddie. You just got a double right off the bat, buddy. All right. And then Cedric. Oh, my gosh. Let's go for it again, baby. A 7. That'll get another single. Loving it. Oh, and then it's Xavier Kelly who just auto hits in my first run. Awesome. Guess I don't have any outs yet. Marcus. Do I go for Marcus? I mean, if sacrifice would even be pretty good here. So I could afford 2 dice. If he doesn't get the 6, hopefully I'll get a 4 or a 5. Oh, we got the 6, so another single. All right, so we got bases loaded. Where's my home run guy? Oh, that was Cedric. Never mind. He's not doing anything anytime soon. Okay, we get to Jimmy. Jimmy. Oh, man. Oh, Jimmy. Do I still have no outs, though? That's amazing. So I can sacrifice in... But Curtis is coming soon, and that's going to be an auto out. Unless Sammy can get a double. That's kind of low odds. Okay. So I'm getting a ton of stuff from Randy, so we might as well go. Let's go for everything with Jimmy, right? Maybe? Boom. What do I need? A run. 2, 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay. I'll re-roll the 1 and the 2, right? Try for a 3 or a 6. Seems like my best odds here. There we go. So we got another run from the single. Base is still loaded. We still have no outs. Randy comes in, gives me everything. I'm certainly going to remove a die to do the sacrifice. So he is out, but everybody else advances 1. So I'm up to 3 runs. And then Sammy's getting a die. And I really want the double so that Curtis can advance to first. So I just need like a 2, 6. Should I roll them all? Because Curtis is going to get me more dice. Sure, let's go for it. Here we go. I got a 2 and a 6. Let's go. So I'll change that to a 1, which gets me to 5, which gets me the double. So they both score. And then he's up there. So we're at 5. Okay, this might be a little silly with the coach now. That's what I wanted, man. That's what I wanted. I wanted to win. Okay, so Curtis Garcia gives me a die because there's 1 person on base. And because first base is empty, he gets a walk, but it doesn't advance. Coming around to Robbie Ingram. Maybe we can get to Cedric Young and get a home run. So we still only have 1 out from the sacrifice. That is insane. Okay, Robbie needs 2 evens. Robbie, I just don't like you, buddy. You just don't come through for me. Maybe I just let Robbie get my second out. And then Freddie and then Cedric could do a home run. Yeah, you know what, Robbie? You're out. Forget you. I have no faith in your abilities whatsoever. I just wanted you for that +1 token. Okay, so Freddie's getting another one. 3 should be enough for him. Or do I want to save for Cedric? Yeah, you know what? I think I do. So let's do it like this, but all I have is a +or -1. I already have a billion runs. It's fine. Ooh, there we go. I'm not going to raise it up for the double. I'm fine with a single because I'm going to try for the home run. Bases are loaded. Come on, Cedric. How many dice is this? Wait, is this how many dice I should have? How many did I spend on Freddie? Crud. Okay, so I double-checked. I had 2 dice saved. Cedric gives me 1. I get my automatic 1. Let's go big. Let's go big, because Xavier's going to take away everything anyway. Come on. Big homer, Cedric. Big homer. Oh, that looks pretty good. 8, 20, whoa, grand slam. Okay, I think we could pretty much call this game, right? And then, everyone's gone. Xavier gets on first automatically, but he takes away my token. And then Marcus Baker. Marcus Baker, what you got? Not a 6. Sacrifice doesn't do anything. All right, but wow. 9 runs in a grand slam. That's certainly the best that I've ever done in the game. So boom. Let's see how Oakland responds. That's, oh crud. Is that literally a perfect run? It is a perfect run. But they got things to the extreme. So if I go ahead and use his power to change, the 3 into the 2, then they've got 2 runs. Yeah, it should be fine. And you know what? I'll just give up the top of the 9th and let them go again. And I'll even send in Donovan because he needs a little practice. Because, what's the best they can get? 5 more runs? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they get 2 runs without anything. Actually, here, Donovan can re-roll the 6, right? There we go. Now they get only 1 run. So 9-4 probably would have made more than 9, but yay! We defeated Oakland. All right, I'm actually going to stop the video there because I just wanted to kind of give a taste of the game again and also to show that I could redeem myself with some of the new difficulty modifiers. So let's talk about further thoughts on the 7th inning stretch now that I've played the final game a bunch. Mostly it mirrors what I said during the preview. The game with the normal difficulty or the higher difficulties can be quite harsh. People are going to potentially feel annoyed that they are getting a number of dice from their hitters, but it's not really enough dice for many of them to get on base, and there is a lot of luck in the game. But, if you're playing on the harder difficulties, it's all about, like, when do you take the hit and when do you take the out? I think those are interesting strategic choices. Now, clearly, if you if you play with the batting coach or you play on the easy mode where you get a lot more resources, those choices become a little bit less important, and you can just go for hit after hit after hit and score 9 runs with a grand slam like I just did. But I like that they add in those difficulty modifiers, because people who are going to be frustrated by the lack of dice, having, for example, the batting coach that always gives you an extra die, you kind of saw makes every hitter potentially a hit on base, which is exactly what I think some people who are coming at this from like kind of a more beer and pretzels standpoint are going to enjoy. But yeah, the core gameplay is a lot of fun. The dice rolling is incredibly tense and exciting, even though, yes, sometimes it can be frustrating as well. I really enjoy the enemy turns and how they take like 10 seconds, whereas your turns take quite a while, because that's where you want to be focused on your own hitting game. And the choices of who to draft, who to send out, which teams you want to face off against, who's going to be good for your team, what order you want to put your hitters in, when you want to use your pitchers and when you don't. I think all of that is a lot of fun. Now, one more caveat. You kind of saw this. Once you find a batting lineup you like, you might kind of keep it the same. Now, it does get changed up as you get new players, but you're playing usually like 3 games in a row before you get new people on your team. So except for maybe some like pinch hitting or some swapping around of people, you're usually going to kind of have the same thing, which will mean like the combos you're going for are kind of similar. So that can lessen the variety within a single game, and some people might feel like you're playing too many games in a row. For me, I think it's a lot of fun, but I could see that being a complaint. Also, I totally forgot it's an option because I literally never do it, but there is base running in the game, and there are situations where you might want to go for it, and I guess with my like batting extra die, I could have done it more often. But I find it kind of a not very interesting choice because it's so low odds of succeeding. But I guess, there isn't a ton of stealing bases in baseball anyway. It's not like they're doing it like every single inning. So I guess they're modeling how it works in real life pretty well. And then also just to note that the playoffs can be incredibly frustrating because you have like limitations on which tokens you can use and stuff. But the more stars you earned by winning games during the playoff hunt, the more you can negate those and let you just like play the games in the semifinals and the finals, which does kind of give the game a rich get richer issue. But, again, you can tailor the difficulty very easily now that they've added all these other options to make that work for you. But yeah, I mean, come to this game for groans and cheers with dice rolling, not so much to like win or have a highly strategic experience. I think players coming in with that mindset are going to have a great time with 7th Inning Stretch. It's definitely not as strategic as some of the other solo series games like Dyson Crusoe or the recent Dicemancy one. But for pure, I'm going to roll some dice and accidentally curse on camera, nothing in this series does it better. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody, and a special thank you to our biggest Patreon supporters, J. William F., Pedro Lucas, Nick Skeen, Miles, Wayne Scott, and Steve Wren. We'll see you at the next stop.